Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to do my current everyday makeup routine. Don't let the title fool you. I do not stress about doing makeup every day. First, I'm going to go in with my Cocoa Kind Mushroom Highlighter. And I like to put this underneath because I just feel like it does better. So essentially what I do, it's a really pretty color, but right now I am a little bit pale, so it just doesn't do good on top. The current thing I'm using for my foundation, this doesn't really layer well on top of either, so I'm just kind of going in. I'm gonna just kind of go places that I would want to highlight. And then I'm going to blend it out. I really like it. It blends out really nice actually. So I don't use a primer anymore. I used to use primers, but here lately, the makeup that I do, I just don't feel like I need it. I have a really good setting powder that I'm currently using. So I just don't feel the need for a primer right now. And quite honestly, I have never had a primer that I just absolutely loved. So we're gonna go in with what I'm using for foundation, which is not really a foundation, but I've really been enjoying it. This is the My Shell Tinted Serum. I really like this. I picked it up at Whole Foods or Sprouts, I believe. So it's got SPF 50 in it. And I've been using this as a foundation since summertime, so it matched me for sure then. They don't have a ton of shades. What I like to do is I just put it on the back of my hand, and then I'll take my beauty blender and just kind of put it all over. I typically just kind of get it layered on and I blend it out. This one I do take down the neck just because it's not quite my shade, but when I was tan over summer, it matched really good. My tan is kind of fading. I never really tan on my neck though. So I do have fake tanner, I just haven't used it. As far as I know, the tanner that I have would be safe to use while pregnant, but I don't know. I just haven't felt the need to do it. Sorry about that, my memory card ran out of room, but I essentially just finished blending this out and I think it does pretty good. Really the key with this is just making sure you get it all blended out. I do have a setting powder that isn't a clean brand, but honestly I love it. This is the Coty Airspun powder. I know this was really popular a while ago, but I bought it when it was popular and then never opened it, so I've decided I'm just going to use it up while I have it. It still smells the way that it did when I bought it, so kind of makes a mess, not gonna lie, but I really like it. I have really oily skin and no primer or foundation has ever helped. I have tried everything. I have tried matte primers, matte foundations. Really the only thing that I found that works for me is this setting powder because I essentially bake my whole face. It is very powdery, that's like one of the only things, but it works really well. My makeup stays all day. I also bring it down my neck just to make sure my powder matches because sometimes this can lighten my foundation. Then I'm gonna go in with my big powder brush and blend the extra powder. And then I'll go back in with my beauty blender that's still damp and blend in the powder some more because sometimes you can look a little powdery with the Coty Airspun, but usually going in with my beauty blender solves that problem. The next thing I'm going to do is take that beauty blender and just go back in and blend over the powder just to make sure it doesn't look too powdery. Usually by doing this, it solves that problem. Next is bronzer. So I am using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I have been using this for forever and it's time to replace it, honestly, because I am basically out. I just haven't been to a store that carries it. So what I do with this is I bronze my whole face and I go cheeks first, and I kind of just do my whole cheek, but I try to keep it above this line. And I can go back and clean it up later, but I really try to keep it up so that way it gives you more of like a chiseled, bronzy effect. I don't know if I've talked about this before. I used to be really into makeup, like really into heavy, I'm gonna say like 2015 to 2018 makeup trends. I was really big into makeup then. It was crazy the amount of makeup I would wear every day. When I was still in high school, I would have to wear makeup every day. I would have to wear makeup to church every Sunday. It was just crazy. I was so into it, and that's how I kind of expressed myself, I guess. And I really enjoyed it, but here lately, for the past couple years, really since 2019, I've been just enjoying more simple, natural makeup looks I can do within a few minutes, and it doesn't take me all day. Sometimes I will go an extra step if it's something that's a really special occasion and do actual contour, but on a typical day I would just do bronzer. I don't like my face to feel flat. I like to feel bronzy and tan. I feel my best when I have a tan. I'm gonna go back in with my powder brush. It should still have some powder on it. And I'm gonna just try to swipe underneath here and clean up some lines. I'm gonna go on my forehead and really blend out those lines up there, on my nose. I don't really want a lot of harsh lines anywhere. And then I'll also go back with my beauty blender sometimes and go around edges just to make sure everything melts. I like to come here with the beauty blender because it can sometimes really clean up these lines through here. I'm going to move to, this is something that I don't do every day, but I decided to just add it into this video. I use the Burt's Bees blush in Toasted Cinnamon. I know this was really popular when it first came out, and I just recently bought it, so I'm kind of behind on a trend, but I just do a little bit on my cheek just to add a little bit of a color. It's a little bit different than my bronzer color. So I don't do very much usually because it is another bronzy shade. So I really try to be careful and not get too much. But now I'm going to do my eyebrows. And I'm still using the eyebrow powder that I used in high school. I got this like freshman year of high school, so it's probably gross, but it's just going on my eyebrows. So I don't do a lot with my eyebrows because thankfully I have pretty good eyebrows already. I just kind of fill them in a little bit. Every time I do my eyebrows, this eyebrow always seems to come out darker for some reason. So I'm gonna go back through and brush my eyebrows now. Kind of blend out the powder. And that's all I do for eyebrows. I don't do anything special. The next thing I'm gonna go in with is my highlighter. This is by Physicians Formula. Also, it's their butter highlighter. This is in the color Pearl. I just like to take it on this high point right here, and I kind of bring it in toward my eyebrow and just kind of frame this part of my face. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. And then I also like to take it on my nose, right down the center, just on the bridge, and on my Cupid's bow. And then I will also sometimes go in and add it on my inner corners to brighten them up a little bit. And then also a little bit under the eyebrow. That is all I do for highlighter. My last thing to do is mascara. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I use the Mineral Fusion Jet Black mascara. I got this a while ago. I'm still finishing it up. And I'm gonna go ahead and curl my eyelashes right quick. And then go in with my mascara. So that's all I do for mascara. I did get some on my nose, but I'm gonna wait for it to dry before I try to wipe it off. Got that all cleaned up. Now I'm just gonna go back over my face one more time with my beauty blender because I really like to make sure I've gotten everything blended, and I feel like it makes my makeup last longer if I go back in with my sponge and press everything in. So that is it for this video, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed, and I was glad that I got to chat with you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video.